We saw a need in the city of Coral Gables, and the need here was for high-end townhomes. We saw a lot of townhomes being built, but what left us with the desire to build is to bring an elevated quality.
I think it's going to be a very special project because really setting the bar and the standard in the way we designed it inside and outside, because we brought a lot of our experience and knowledge from what we have, how we grew up between my partners and I in Europe.
The fact that these were being designed as high-end brownstones led us to look at European models as an example. So the genesis for our design really has its roots in Spain, but very much grounded in Coral Gables and our South Florida climate.
We always wanted to bring some sophistication from Europe, and we found this plot of land right in front of the Venetian pool. And we fell in love with it right away because we realized what the potential could be to do something very special for Miami and the city of Coral Gables. We wanted to bring some of the influence that we brought up with from the Mediterranean. And as you know, Coral Gables is very particular in the way you design and the architecture in the city of Coral Gables. And I thought that would be a perfect fit for this project.
Via Veneto is immersed by greenery. It is in the most prestigious part of Coral Gables, surrounded by single-family homes, close to the Biltmore Hotel, and with an immense amount of vegetation. This organic feel of being in nature, but at the same time, with a level of sophistication and finishings. I think that this should give people a sense of peace while living there, but at the same time, having the feeling of everything is footsteps away from where I live.
One thing that's always a challenge with brownstones is when you enter these spaces, just by the nature of them, you tend to be more linear in its architectural style. So a challenge is always to have a feeling of openness as soon as you walk in. So you want to have as much exposure to the exteriors as possible, and at the same time, provide a lot of architectural character to those openings. So that balance of how much glass, how much solid, how much is decorative stone, how much is stucco, that's something that evolves with the design process. And I think at the end of the day, we handled that by breaking the volumes into separate pieces. And that included bringing internal courtyards to bring light to the very center of the unit. So I think from that end, that was one of our big goals really, was to bring in all that natural light, but at the same time, have all that beauty, have the stone, have the balconies, have the railings, have the exposed wood, have the barrel tile, tie all that in together in a contemporary context, but referencing old world architecture.
We've heard in the past that some clients, high net worth clients who come to Miami have not been very impressed on how the finishes are inside these the properties that they've seen, and we've really gone above and beyond to make sure that we really bring that quality really high up. Based on my experience, from living many years in Boston, also in London and raised in Switzerland, we wanted to bring that type of high finishes and to reflect on our project. So the beauty is within, inside and outside. So the whole package of the brownstones, as you will see once it's finished, will be very, very special.
I have to say I'm working with a phenomenal team, and the Calta group has been truly a pleasure to work with. I think they're a group that's working at a high level, a very high level of finish, a very high level of expectations, but giving me a lot of flexibility to develop the concepts, to present the concepts, and from that end, I think working with them has been truly a pleasure. They've also brought in a very good group. The Sensi Casa interior designer, I think, have done a phenomenal job. The MiaCucina kitchens are going to be spectacular. So I think the combination of the team is essential to really have a spectacular project, because you remove any one of those pieces and the project just wouldn't be to the same level.
We are fourth generation real estate developers and builders. We built all around Italy, from Rome to Milan to Venice to the south of Italy. We've also built in France, we've built in the Caribbean, we've built in very different parts of the world, delivering different types of products, trying to incorporate our Italian heritage and our feel to what it is that we build. Since sitting here in Miami and starting our company, we've wanted to bring a lot of that heritage here. Via Veneto is really the pinnacle of everything we've learned in the luxury home building space to bring us to this. We are really focusing all our experience in being builders into delivering a product that not only will it exceed the buyer's expectations when we deliver the product, but we hope that it's something that we will feel very prideful of throughout the future.